Hello, everyone. This is Nadia here. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. I'm bringing you a topic which I think it's very relatable to a lot of people, and it's a topic of entrepreneurship. And what if, in the deep, deep core of you, you were an entrepreneur? Yes, yes. And the reason I'm laughing. It's because society don't want entrepreneurs. I mean, it depends which society. I think societies, just as the American society, it's quite people are quite risk takers. But even still, I will say altogether societies. That's why there are societies, group of people with specific structure, so that you will feed into a specific way of being. And I think being an entrepreneur is it's more than just being responsible for making your own money. It's really a way of being. There was an article I was reading online, about the signs of being an entrepreneur, and one of them is it's something that it's in the core of you. It's really like that deep, deep, deep feeling, that you just are not someone who is to just made to work in a fixed structure, because maybe you have a lot of ideas you want to implement, and you are someone who don't just accept things as they are just because someone says them. But actually, one of the things that I read about the signs of being an entrepreneur is that you challenge the status quo. So I think society, how we are brought up, I would say all of us, is, excuse me, with the schooling system, is how is it in very very schools, in very very few schools, they teach you entrepreneurship. I think the only time really I've heard about entrepreneurship and how that is related to education, I think was when I was looking into the possibility of doing an MBA. I think in the when you do an MBA, there is that teaching. They teach you about entrepreneurship because when you get an MBA is like higher education. And supposedly, some people, where people assume that some people may want to start their own endeavors, their own business. That's why they do an MBA, right? That's why they go to MBA school, or they dwell online, to learn about how to manage business. And if you are going to learn about how to manage business, it's very likely that you may want to have a business, maybe not today, but maybe in 2 years or 3 years after you finish your MBA. So that is the first time when I really heard people talking about entrepreneurship. But I believe that entrepreneurship should be taught since since maybe not since we are little, because when you are little you don't know too much about it, generally speaking, though. Warren Buffett, he used to like to trade when he was 13 and with his neighbors or something. I don't remember now exactly the story, but he was already making his own money. I think at the age even of 6 or something like that, and at the age of 16 was trading. And he was like very very interested in money always. So so the majority, I mean, our educational system don't teach us about entrepreneurship, not even in high school. I think like at the age of 14, 15, when you are in high school, when maybe you may start having your own job, maybe even working as a babysitter. Yeah, or maybe taking some summer jobs, with the approval of your parents, or even, yes, you may start something on your side because you like it. I think at that age, it's a good age to start educating people, our generation, about entrepreneurship, because it is a way of living, not only a way of making money, but it's a way of living that I think should be known by everyone, and people should get confidence in the fact that they are able to go on entrepreneurship journey with their skills, that they don't have necessarily always to work for somebody else, so someone else. And I think nowadays with YouTube we have a clear example of that, right? A lot of people, well, I think people who are full-time YouTubers or Instagrammers, they are influencers. We could call them content creators. I think that's a term that is more relatable to more people. They are entrepreneurs. Some they are entrepreneur full time. Some they just have it as a side as a side gig. So we are, what I'm trying to say is that when we are adults, entrepreneurship should not be new to us, and entrepreneurship should not scare us. You know, we should feel confident that with whatever skills we have, we are able to provide value to society. And if we feel that we are lacking some skills, or that we need to improve our skills in one way or the other, then we go and get education the same way as we do it when we decide to work for a corporation, right? And they need maybe someone to be certified in this technology or that technology. We go and do those certifications, and while we are in the organizations as well. So when it comes to being to having our own business, be it full time or part time, we should be confident. We should have the same confidence that we have when we work for someone else. Even we should be even more confident, because we should be confident in the sense that we should believe that we are capable of providing a service to society, of being employable, but not by an employer, but by our customers, that by people who will require our services. So we should be confident on that. We shouldn't doubt if we are if we could make it, if our services will be valuable. If your services are valuable for a corporation, why cannot they be valuable to you? You know, to you as your own boss, as your own employer, and to your customers, the customers, whichever customers that you will have. Because at the end of the day, if you have a clear, distinctive offering, a service that will help people in some way or the other. It can be an educational service because you teach people how to make money, let's say. It can be an entertaining service, you teach people just to relax, have fun, just to disconnect. You help people through dancing. There are people who do dance videos, and they do such an amazing job in helping others, to laugh, laugh. So many so many people don't laugh, to laugh, to relax, to improve their well-being, to disconnect, to get creative. Even you get creative, when you do when you watch even people who just dance, because you are more relaxed. And when you are more relaxed, you have more possibilities of getting ideas, and then of going and implementing them, because you are relaxed, you are in a positive mood. So why are we so doubtful about our own competencies when it comes to being our own employers, when it comes to delivering these competencies, when it comes to offering these competencies to someone, to our clients directly, without the intervention of an employer, of a company, of an organization. This is something that, to me personally, doesn't really make that much sense. You may say, well, it does make sense because when you are an employee, you have the security, maybe health insurance, and if you get fired, you may get if you lose your job, for whichever reason, you may get an insurance, unemployment, unemployment benefits, and so on. But yeah, that is true. But in many countries, and especially in developed countries, if you are an entrepreneur, there are different types of insurances that you can buy, you can subscribe to, so that you are assured, like if, for instance, as well, if you need to get some if you will be unable to work for a while, there's an insurance for that. And unemployment benefits don't last forever. They have an end date. So I would love more people to well, more people, more schools, more educate, more homes to teach, to teach their kids. This reminds me to Grand Cardone, no? Grand Cardone with his daughters, with his family, how he's teaching his daughter. The daughters, they are entrepreneurs. They're knowing the entrepreneurship business. And you may say, well, yeah, of course, because he's Gran Cardone, and they're going to inherit his business. But no, they are being brought up in a way, I don't know that much about them, but what I've seen, they bring it up in a way that they are the business. It's not, and because they are the business, they are the millionaires. They can create anything. They can make anything flourish. It doesn't matter if they are now with their parents' business or tomorrow on their own, whatever, in which country, in which industries, because of their mindset, because they have the right mindset. They believe in themselves. The fact of thinking on being an employer and not making your money, not implementing the ideas that you have, the decisions that you have, and being restricted, to a structure, to a corporate structure. I think those girls, I mean, that would be like a nightmare, I guess, for them. And there are some people on, especially on YouTube. I follow a couple of YouTubers. For them, for them, it was always clear that working on a 9 to 5 job, having a boss and so, and working in a corporation, even for them, it was very, very clear that they will be miserable, that is not something that they wanted to do. And especially one woman, she was saying, that she, for her, was clear. A lot of women, when they are with their period, with their cycle, they don't have a lot of energy. It's very hard for them to work and to concentrate. And she was like, I just wanted to be my own boss, and to have my own structure, and to not work when I had my period, and not have to tell to someone, hey, I'm not feeling well. I don't I don't I don't want to work, and then asking them for permission to take holidays or to take that day off, or being them responsible for how much of money you get of a bonus, or and they say it clearly. There are two YouTubers that I follow. One is a tarot reader, and she's into personal development. The other is as well into personal development, but more from an elegance point of view, and dedicated to women. And she's doing so well with. She's from Spain, and she was saying that with her business today with social media, of course, she didn't start it as it is now, but she said she makes more money than people in Spain. She works 2 hours per day, and she works more money than people in Spain working 8 hours per day. And I believe that. So she believes in herself. Of course, at the beginning, she didn't make money, but it's the same. Like when you work for someone else, when you finish, like especially when you finish your education, there's still countries where you start working and they put you under apprenticeship, like internship, and they don't pay you, or if they pay you very, very little. They pay you like a third or 3%, less than a third of what they should be paying you, because they just take advantage of it, because they have the other excuse that, oh, you are not you don't have experience in this industry, and so on. Well, or together, right? Let's say you study business, you start work for a pharmaceutical company, but still you are still doing work that they are selling to customers. But that's the, like they say, they sell to you. And no one, I will say, dares to say, oh well, I'm gonna become an entrepreneur. I'm gonna facilitate my services, my business to direct customers, and I'm gonna paid money for that. And the customers, they don't have to be big corporations. They can be people around you. You can teach people. You can give, for instance, private lessons to people to learn how to code. You can teach people here on YouTube. I'm just giving an example. You know, you can teach people here on YouTube any of these skills. What I'm trying to say is that any of the skills that we have and that we may have gathered through previous experiences at in work corporations, through universities, degrees, or apprenticeship, whatever one may have done, all of that can be used, especially today on YouTube. Yes, this great platform called YouTube. All of those skills, they can be utilized and they can be put on display on YouTube, and you can help many, many, many people. You can help thousands of people. You can help millions of people. You can help many, many more people than you will ever, ever, yes, you will ever help in a corporation, most likely. I am pretty, pretty sure about that. So, so why don't you start believing more in yourself, and if you are not on YouTube, why don't you give it a shot, and the ideal thing is always to have multiple sources of income. Even if you have a source of income, a corporation, you're stable, you make good money, and you're like, oh yeah, I would love to have a side hustle, but it's so difficult, because I'm so tired from my current job, maybe try working less, in your current job. Maybe instead of working for 5 days a week, maybe you can work four, and the other day you may use it for your own business, to develop your own business and to have that side hustle. Guys, it's very, very gratifying. I always liked working and having my own money. And in the past, when my YouTube channel about personal development and tarot, was monetized, it was I was not paid much, and so I know now the reasons. At the time, I didn't know how all this monetization worked. And so by the time I know, one of the reasons, because I didn't want to put ads in the middle of my videos, because I just thought that wouldn't be a very good experience for my users. But that means that helps me, hurts me financially, because I could only put ads at the beginning or the end, and normally it is said that at the end people don't watch the ads. So a lot of people nowadays, even with those personal development channels, tarot readings, so people put ads like every 2 minutes or every minute. I think it's too much, but in my case that was one of the reasons. That's why I didn't get so well paid. I was getting paid like $150 or $100. I think the maximum ones got paid was 193 or maybe 200, around 200. And I think that for when you make your own money, your self-esteem goes through the roof. I remember making 200. First I was 200, I think 3 months, like 100 and 150 or so. I remember making that amount of money, which is really not much, and if you live in Switzerland, that is not really a lot of money. But I just felt, I just my how empowered I was, how my self-esteem blossomed, because when you do those type of videos, when you have a community on YouTube. And in my case, the community was amazing. They praised me in the sense that they just love my work. They just thought that I was helping them so much, and that I was excellent at doing these tarot readings, and that it helped them to heal. Some people would write me personal messages saying that they were crying. That was the first time that they were crying with a tarot reading. I mean, such uplifting, loving, caring messages. I think something like that, it's very hard, not impossible to get when you work for someone else. you know So, so I think everyone should always have multiple sources of income, and I think one way of having an extra source of income is starting something on your own. Think about the skills that you have and how you can utilize them. If you like fitness, why don't you take the fitness certification? If you think that you would like to do that and to teach people, and maybe teach like 2 weeks, 2 times a week in a gym, or maybe here teach online. Do say, okay, I'm going to do every day just 10 minutes. What are if you are into fitness, we are into well-being, exercise, nutrition, so what are 10 minutes a day? You can talk. If you are into it, you have topics of conversation right and left, right? You can talk about nutrition, you can talk about you can do exercises, you can do abdominals regimen. I mean, you can do anything. So you can do a YouTube video about anything, any of those topics. So I want you to encourage to pick one something that you are really good at, or something that maybe you are not good at but you are very passionate about it, you are interested in learning about it, and you would like to learn more about it, and why you learn more about it, you would like to teach others. Take that and open a YouTube channel. Start if you like dancing, why don't you open a YouTube channel and you post your dancing videos? If you like makeup, why don't you do that? Don't think that that is less valuable. If you have a YouTube channel where you show people how to do makeup, don't think that that is less valuable than you working, let's say, as a lawyer in a big corporation, in a prestigious corporation. Don't think that. Don't think that. Don't underestimate the power of YouTube. Don't underestimate the power that you have to have a tremendous and beautiful impact on other people's lives because you dare to be an entrepreneur. So YouTube makes it easy for all of us. So let's go on this entrepreneurship journey here on YouTube, and let's help a lot of people. See you in my next video. Bye.